I will say that our crowd is like super, super nice, and even so much so that in the beginning of the game, when they're introducing the other team, they keep cheering for everybody else. Like Brianna Stewart, woo! John Cole Jones, woo! Like, no, let's stop doing that, please. When they're in our home, they're uncomfortable, and they should feel like they're not welcome. Thank you.
Welcome back, Ballhalla buddies and baddies. The Valkyries have officially finished all of their regular season home games, all of which were sold out. On Tuesday, September 2nd, we played the New York Liberty and saw the return of none other than Mo Billings. On her first basket back, Mo hit an old-fashioned three-point play, making a layup while getting fouled and scoring the following free throw. And even though she did complete the three-point play, let me tell y'all, free throws make me sick. I can't even watch them. I be squinting or looking at the corner of my eye or just not looking altogether. But it was great to see Mo return to the lineup, and Ballhalla welcomed her back with a rousing standing ovation. The Valkyries led this one by as much as 24 and withstood a late run by New York to defeat the defending champs for the first time this season, 66-58. Holding the Liberty to 58 is a difficult task, but the Valks were playing great team defense. Temi Fagbenle led the team in scoring with 16 points and played all but 2 minutes of the game. In the fourth quarter, she hit a crucial three-pointer to give the Valkyries some much-needed breathing room, and although Carla didn't give her props, we see you, Temi. Valks win! On Thursday, September 4th, the Valkyries played the Dallas Wings at home. The Stars were out for this one, with Olympic gymnast Jordan Childs and WNBA legend Tina Thompson both sitting courtside in Ballhalla. This game was super competitive with 11 lead changes and the Wings up by as much as 13. As the Valkyries closed the gap in the fourth quarter, fans were on their feet and loud for the final 5 minutes of the game, knowing that if the Valks won this one, they would clinch a playoff spot. Despite Paige Becker scoring 6 points in the final minute of the game, the Valkyries kept their composure and hit their free throws to come away with the win 84-80. Valkyries clinch a playoff spot, and I think Ja sums it up best.
Let's go!
I just want to stay on this game for one more second just to soak in this moment. The Valkyries have become the first ever expansion team to enter the playoffs in their first year, setting a high standard for Portland and Toronto, who are both entering the league next year. I also just want to give a shout out to QB1 Veronica Burton. She had a crucial layup and one in the fourth to close out the game against Dallas. And she may not say it, but I'm sure this one felt good playing against her former team. The Dallas Wings waved V last season, and I love the poetic justice of her calling night-night on this one. The Bay Area loves you, V. Valks win! For our last home game, we faced the number 1 seed, Minnesota Lynx. Although we went into halftime with a 36-31 lead, the Lynx outscored us 30-16 in the third quarter and ended up snapping our 5-game win streak with a 72-78 loss. Kyla Charles led the team with 15 points and 8 rebounds.
In the last week of the regular season, the Valkyries will play 2 tough games on the road. First, they head up to Seattle to face the Storm on Tuesday, September 9th. The Storm has been on a 2-game losing streak and are looking to hold on to the 8th seed to stay in the playoffs. So this will be a big challenge for the Valkyries. We're 2-1 against the Storm this season. After that, we fly east to have a rematch on September 11th against the number 1 seeded Minnesota Lynx. As Cheyenne recapped, the Valks just played the Lynx at home and lost by 6 points. So we'll see if the Valkyries can hit a few more shots to steal that one on the road.
Big news in Ballhalla this week. The Valkyries have clinched their first ever playoff spot. They're the first ever expansion team to make playoffs in their inaugural season. And now we're actually guaranteed to come in either 6th or 7th place, narrowing down who our first round opponent could be since we know it will not be the Lynx. This means we will most likely play the Dream, Aces, or Mercury in the first round of the playoffs. There's technically a slight chance we face off against the Liberty, but the Sky would have to beat the Aces twice for that to happen. What's up, buddies and baddies? It's Celine from the future here, just wanting to give a correction. When I recorded this, I had thought that the Valkyries were guaranteed to win a tiebreak against the Storm, which means that we could either come in 6th or 7th place. That is wrong, though. The Storm could beat us in a tiebreak, which means that 8th place is very much still on the table, which means we would play the Lynx.
From a strictly travel standpoint, I hope they end up playing Phoenix or Vegas just so we don't have to travel all the way across the country to Atlanta with only 1 or 2 days in between games. It's not really about how we match up with Atlanta, but more so about minimizing travel and maximizing recovery in between the playoff games.
In a pretty controversial announcement, the Valks will be playing their home playoff game at SAP Center in San Jose, since both Chase Center and Oakland Arena have scheduling conflicts with Game 2, which will be our only home game of the series. Even Stewie had some thoughts on this, saying that an NBA team would never have been moved out of their home arena for playoffs. The Liberty have had the same problem in past seasons, and it's a bummer because for a team like the Valks with such a huge fan base, home court advantage matters, and we're giving up some of that by putting the game an hour away. Outside of the Valkyries, with their win against the Mystics, the Fevers have secured their playoff spot. This means the 8th and final playoff spot will go to either the Seattle Storm, who are currently leading, or the Los Angeles Sparks, who still have a shot if they win every one of their remaining 3 games. My money's on Seattle taking that final spot, but hey, never say never.
For last week's predictions challenge, I asked the Budget Ballhalla hosts, baddies, and buddies who would score the first shot in our game against the Liberty. Kyla Charles was the Valkyries player to make the first shot in the game, and that means the winner was no one, since none of us guessed correctly and no one commented. Y'all missed out on a chicken tender basket, I'm just saying, but it's okay. For this week's prediction, let's take it back to a classic question for our game against the Lynx. We've had a great mix of high scores lately. Kyla, Veronica, Janelle, Carla, Temi. So who do you think will score the most points in our game against the Lynx? I'll go first because I'm dealer and I say so. I guess Carla.
And I will guess Kyla.
Man, this is hard. I'm going Temi Fagbenle.
Okay. All right, let's go. That's all we have for today. What a season, and it's not over yet. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to stay tuned for our special playoff episodes. See you next time.
Such a solid body. Like, you've ever touched her? It's like rock hard. It's really nice.
It's really nice.